After 3 months of being open, we finally know the capacity limits for Disney World parks. We've got some updates on Disney's reopening, but most importantly, you can now get Ronto Wraps at a second location. All coming up on DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. This week, Disney CEO Bob Chapek gave us a glimpse into the company's priorities. The California governor is also doing some serious on-the-ground research when it comes to setting theme park guidelines. And we've got some updates on nighttime shows at Disney World. Shows that may not be returning to Disneyland, and of course, those snacks. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start with those Disney World packages. They are now available through all of 2021. You can book room only, you can book packages, all the way through 2021. Now, a lot of you have been emailing me wondering when are they going to open it up past September 26, 2021, and they finally have. October 2021 to December 2021 have finally officially opened. You can now start making your vacation plans all the way through next year, including Disney World's 50th anniversary, which officially falls on October 1st. Now remember, at this time, the All-Star Resorts and Port Orleans resorts are still unavailable for booking. So, if you go to one of the other hotels, if you pick a late December date as your arrival date, you should be able to make a reservation through January 30th, 2022 at the moment. 2022 Park Pass reservations can also be booked through early January as well, and while park hopping remains unavailable at this time, you can purchase Park Hopper tickets in 2021. This doesn't mean the service definitely will be coming back, especially since Park Pass reservations are still available into 2022, but we will keep you updated if things change. The Disney CEO, Bob Chapek, says parks are operating at 25% capacity. So Bob Chapek made a rather rare appearance on CNBC to talk numbers, which he rarely does, and the future of the Disney company this past week. And we finally got an idea just how crowded or not crowded Disney World is right now. So Chapek stated that Disney is limited by the 6-foot social distancing guideline of the CDC, and that's what essentially translates to about a 25% park capacity. So every day, that is about where we're at, 25% capacity, and it won't change until the CDC guidelines change. Now, even though crowds seem to be increasing, this comment confirms that Disney is keeping things as is for the time being, even though Florida is moving into phase 3, which means lifting those capacity limits. Now, for those who don't know what 25% capacity feels like, that's about a full Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Those are usually capped at about 20,000 people. So 25% of park capacity is about the same as a full sold out party. All right, next up, in that same interview, Chapek revealed that the company plans to prioritize Disney Plus and streaming services as the focus of the entire Disney Entertainment division in the future. He explained that consumers will lead the company to their financial decisions, and right now they are voting with their pocketbooks, and they are voting very heavily toward Disney Plus, quote unquote. Chapek stated that Disney wants to accelerate their direct-to-consumer business, which could mean we may see more films debuting to Disney Plus direct-to-consumer in the future. He also announced that the company will be hosting a virtual investor day on December 10th, where we'll likely glean a few more insights into the future of the company. But this is a big deal. Basically, what Disney has done is separate the content creation side of the company from the distribution side of the company. So that means that people can be creating Disney movies and not really even know if they're going to be released into theaters or released direct to consumer. They're just going to be creating them, and that same part of the company isn't going to be deciding how they're going to be released. So that's kind of what they have done in this restructuring. So it's very, very interesting what's going to happen going forward. Could mean serious changes for how we consume our Disney content in the future. All right, let's talk about new rules, new signage. According to Disney's current rules, all guests ages 2 and over must wear a face mask at all times in the theme parks. We know this. Except, of course, when at a relaxation station or when actively eating or drinking and stationary. And those face masks have to fit within Disney's approved criteria. However, this past week, new signage and a new overhead announcement warns that, quote, guests not properly wearing an approved mask will be asked to leave. Now, if you're headed to Disney World soon, be sure to review the mask policy and ensure the masks you have meet the requirements. We've asked Disney several times the question you guys are asking us as well. If there's an extenuating circumstance that makes it impossible for someone to wear a mask, What happens? Well, according to Disney, multiple times, we've asked multiple times, I promise, everyone aged 2 and up has to wear a mask. There are no exceptions. So it seems at this point, Disney is really doubling down on not only making sure that you're wearing a mask, but making sure you're wearing it appropriately. And I think this is probably because of all the under-the-nose mask wearing that's been happening in the parks. So they are definitely changing those mask announcements and that signage to make sure that their point is driven home. Disney's gone even further to ask guests who are unable to observe the face mask policy to reschedule their trips to a future date. All right, let's talk Disney resorts. Coronado Springs has officially opened to guests once again. The NBA players have officially departed and the resort is back to guest use. It opened yesterday, which was 2 days later than expected, though Disney didn't release an official comment on why there was a delay. Several dining locations have reopened with the resort as well. Barcelona Lounge, Dahlia Lounge, Rick's Sports Bar and Grill, Siesta's Cantina, and Three Bridges Bar and Grill are all open. Barcelona and Dahlia are, of course, in the Gran Destino Tower, and Rick's is over in the main area of the hotel, kind of right next to the counter service location. Siesta's is the pool bar, and Three Bridges is right in the middle of Lago Dorado there. So we've, of course, got reviews for all those for you on DFB if you're wondering about those. The Swan and Dolphin resorts are no longer using Disney buses. In past years, the Swan and Dolphin have had access to Disney World buses for transport around the parks and resorts, but not anymore. The resorts now have switched to Mears motor coaches. Coaches will run about an hour before the parks open to an hour after the last park closes, every 10 to 15 minutes during busy times. At not busy times, they will run every 30 minutes. The Magic Kingdom bus will drop guests at the Transportation and Ticket Center rather than the park bus loop, and once boats start running to EPCOT and Hollywood Studios, bus service to those parks will stop. We're not sure if this is a temporary change, but we'll keep you updated. Now, we recently reported that testing is ongoing for the new EPCOT fireworks show, Harmonious, and we've seen barges for the show out in the middle of World Showcase Lagoon, but we recently spotted a huge barge or showpiece hiding in the back of EPCOT. It is a different shape and is much taller than the barges we have previously seen. Here around the DFB offices, we're calling it the Stargate, just so you have an idea of what it actually looks like. And we'll continue to try to sneak some peeks from the Skyliner and keep you updated when we hear about an opening date for this new show. All right, moving over to Hollywood Studios and their nighttime show, the Fantasmic Amphitheater, is totally drained right now. Presumably, Disney is taking the time when these shows aren't running to power through some refurbs and updates, as it has been a while since this show had a lengthy refurb. We're getting these photos from Twitter user BioReconstruct. He is such a cool guy and has so many great photos on his Twitter account if you want to follow him. All right, over at Hollywood Studios as well, more rides are getting plexiglass barriers installed. We spotted some relatively new ones over at Tower of Terror this past week. Our elevator was still relatively empty with significantly limited capacity, so there doesn't seem to be a change in how they're loading at this time. We're going to be keeping an eye out for more ride vehicle changes though, so stay tuned. Especially since it was recently reported by the Orlando Sentinel that Rise of the Resistance may soon be getting barriers, which will allow them to increase the number of people in each ride vehicle. And we've got a People Mover update. The refurbishment has been extended, so we're going to be waiting a little bit longer to ride the iconic Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover in the Magic Kingdom. The ride's going to continue to be closed for refurbishment through December 26th. Epcot's Food and Wine Festival finally has an end date. The Food and Wine Festival will officially close this year on November 22nd, after being the longest running Epcot festival of all time. It opened with the parks back in July, and it will be closing to make way for the Taste of Epcot International Festival of the Holidays, which will begin on November 27th. And here is a very important PSA. If you're traveling to Disney World this holiday season, book those park pass reservations ASAP, you guys. They are starting to fill up so quickly. Halloween is starting to look pretty sparse as far as open availability goes, and Thanksgiving week is starting to book up in many parks. Magic Kingdom is totally booked up for Thanksgiving Day for everyone except annual pass holders. Christmas week is also starting to decline in availability, so book those passes soon. Please, if you're going for any of those time frames. It is not about not planning, you guys. You've got to plan and get those park passes. Now, according to the Orange County Register, over in California, Governor Newsom sent a team out to Florida last week to visit Walt Disney World and other theme parks in Florida to help them make decisions about theme park guidelines in California. Newsom said that his team was looking for what's worked in their states and what hasn't worked. State officials will also be touring Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, and Pacific Park on Santa Monica Pier this week to review their reopening plans. Also in Disneyland, ahead of that pending visit from state officials, Disneyland has put more health and safety protocols in place. This includes adding signs in Spanish with health and safety information, placing new markings on the ground outside restrooms to keep down cross traffic, putting in more hand sanitizing stations around attractions, and Disneyland also recently announced that they will start offering more free COVID-19 testing for cast members working during the closure. So while the parks await the green light to reopen, cast members can now simply visit a local CVS drive-thru for a test or request at-home mail-in tests starting on October 26th, in addition to an Anaheim Clinic testing center that was already available to cast members. We're still awaiting official news on when Disneyland may be able to reopen, but every week it seems we're getting a little bit closer, so we will keep you posted. Now, when Disneyland does reopen, it may be without two of the park's popular stage shows. According to many cast members and the American Guild of Variety Artists West, end-of-run notices have been sent to actors in the Frozen Live at the Hyperion at Disney California Adventure and Mickey and the Magical Map Show at Disneyland. Disney has not made an announcement on whether this is a temporary closure. End-of-run typically means a permanent close, but Disney has brought back shows that had received an end-of-run notice before, so we'll keep you updated. Disney Cruise Line has released 2022 itineraries. So the cruise line will be opening booking for early 2022 itineraries very soon. Caribbean, Bahamas, Baja, Pacific Coast, Panama Canal, and Hawaiian cruises with departure dates into April 2022 will begin booking for the general public on October 22nd. Affinity groups may begin booking starting October 19th. So if you're platinum or whatever, you can start booking earlier. Disney also announced that the brand new ship, the Disney Wish, is now set to embark for the first time in the summer of 2022. Now, in restaurant and snack news, Wolfgang Puck Express closes permanently after weeks of wondering what was going on over there in Disney Springs at Wolfgang Puck Express, and several days after the sign on the restaurant was removed and windows were covered, we learned from a cast member that the quick service restaurant is officially closed. No more quick grab-and-go pizzas and sandwiches there. Now, while Wolfgang Puck Express is now closed, guests can still visit the Wolfgang Puck Bar and Grill on the west side of Disney Springs to get a taste of the celebrity chef's famous cuisine. Now, this is news that I am super excited about, and I can't wait to tell you what's happening. Over in EPCOT, in the Germany Pavilion, in the Caramel Store, which I never say right, so I'm just going to say the Caramel Store, the most amazing snack is finally back, and we are so happy. It's that awesome holiday gingerbread cookie sandwich. It's made with two really soft, delicious gingerbread cookies. Even if you don't like gingerbread, you might like this, so be sure to try it. It's filled with salted caramel buttercream and more caramel on top. Now you can get it for $5.99. It is truly incredible. We do the happy dance every time we have one, so we definitely highly recommend it if you're headed over to EPCOT anytime soon. Also, at the Caramel Store, the Werther's Pumpkin Cupcake with salted buttercream is back as well. Now, the pumpkin cupcake gets an added oomph of a caramel center this time, and the frosting is a buttercream salted caramel with fresh caramel drizzle. Simple and delicious. Perfect. I think our blog post is titled, "Can You Legally Marry a Cupcake?" Because that's kind of how we feel about this. And this one's $5.59. I'm sorry I didn't say caramel. So I'll say caramel 3 times to make up for the fact that I didn't say caramel. Caramel, caramel, caramel. All right, over in Disney Springs at the Ghirardelli Soda Fountain and Chocolate Shop, we tried the ultimate chocolate lovers sundae this week. It's made with dark chocolate hot fudge, dark chocolate chips, and topped with Ghirardelli Intense Dark Square. The sundae is $13.75 and it's easily shareable. We learned about it from the shop's Instagram, so you may need to ask in order to get it, but it is way chocolate. Did I mention it was chocolate? Okay. All right, still in Disney Springs over at Erin McKenna's, we're still celebrating Halloween with this spooky brain cupcake. Don't worry, it's totally vegan. No real brains are involved. This one is a vanilla cupcake with a giant heaping of frosting and raspberry topping. The raspberry added a nice fresh flavor. It sounds so weird saying that about this cupcake. We actually do wish that flavor was carried over into the cupcake itself, honestly. You can get this one for $6. And here's the big news, my guys. This is an amazing update if you are a Ronto Wrap fan, like most of us are. If you were worried about last week's announcement that Ronto Roasters would be closing at 3 p.m. every day, don't worry. You can still get that Ronto Wrap just next door. After 3 p.m., this wrap is available at Docking Bay 7, which is currently open until 7 p.m., so high fives. All right, and we got a chance to try some new secret menu items that will officially be joining the Yak and Yeti menu at the end of the month over in Animal Kingdom. There are 4 unlisted new menu items: a ribeye, seafood curry, steak and shrimp, and a calamari appetizer. Plus, there's also a special beverage and a special dessert for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Pink Lady is $12, and $1 from each of the sales of this beverage goes to a breast cancer awareness fund. And this one is Tito's vodka, Don Q coconut rum, lime juice, cranberry juice, and a splash of Sprite. Overall, very light, very tasty. And then we've got Bang Bang Calamari, which is fried calamari with fried veggies, zucchini, red pepper, and jalapeno on a bed of fried rice noodles with Bang Bang drizzle and a sweet Thai chili dipping sauce. Nearly as good as the Bang Bang shrimp and worthy addition to the menu for $14.99. The hibachi steak and shrimp for $33.99 is a straightforward dish with tempura shrimp, big old 10-ounce flat iron with a delicious marinade, and the portion sizes are seriously big at this restaurant. So while $33 may sound expensive, it's worth it, especially for Disney prices. There's a Malaysian seafood curry for $32.99. This is a huge portion of lobster and Dungeness crab ravioli, plus tomato, zucchini, peppers, and some shrimp. The ravioli were so good, and this wasn't super spicy. And the Aware Cheesecake also donates $1 for each sale to Breast Cancer Awareness Month, $11.99 for that cheesecake. It's a classic cheesecake topped with raspberry mousse, raspberry coulis, and diced strawberries. They know how to make a cheesecake here. And over in downtown Disney at Disneyland, if you've been craving a corn dog while you wait for Disneyland to reopen, you can now get one in downtown Disney as the Blue Ribbon Corn Dog Cart has reopened. All right, let's head into merchandise news, you guys. Droid Depot is selling individual droid pieces. So if you've been looking at the droid you bought in Galaxy's Edge and thinking, I wish I picked a different piece for the head, you can now buy individual pieces made for the custom droids in Droid Depot. Each piece costs $15, and there are several designs and colors to pick from. And lightsaber pieces are also being sold a la carte at Savi's Workshop. Each part on its own is $24.99. If you buy 2 parts, each part is $20. And a new annual Passholder pop-up shop is open in the Germany Pavilion in EPCOT's World Showcase through November 17th. World Showcase merchandise is on sale for 50% off, and annual pass holders also receive the regular discount, which is now 30% off merchandise, so you can stack those discounts. There are also several new annual pass holder exclusive merchandise items, so you'll need to show your annual pass to enter for sure, and they may be running a virtual queue. And if you're looking to shop from home, that 30% annual pass holder discount has been extended again for Shop Disney. Use the code AP30OFF at checkout to get 30% off select Disney Parks merchandise through October 29th. And we got a sneak peek of the latest mini main attraction collection this week. It's Jungle Cruise themed and will officially be released on November 17th. If you want a piece of this collection, stay tuned as we're waiting to hear if it will have a merch pass like the other editions of this collection have had. And of course, we'll let you know if and when we see it in the parks over on DisneyFoodblog.com. And there's a new Dooney and Bourke collection for Disney Cruise Line. The Captain Mickey and Friends Ink and Paint collection includes a tote, backpack, and wristlet. All can be found on Shop Disney. And we've got brand new Disney Food Blog products, you guys. This past week, we launched a whole new bunch of new products in our Teespring store. And every purchase you make helps us do what we do here at DFB. Our adorable vinyl die-cut stickers are $7.99 each. We've got a new line of nighttime spectacular masks and holiday masks, and $1 from every mask sale goes to charity to help feed children in need. Masks even have a discount. You can save 10% by using the discount code NEWMASK at checkout. We even have new pouches that are perfect for storing your mask when you sit down to eat, but of course you can also use them for lots of different things, pencil cases, makeup, etc. Head to our Teespring store, links are below the video, and help support our channel and blog. We couldn't do it without you. So there's the latest news for this week, you guys. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. As always, if you're not already signed up for our DFB newsletter, it's completely free. That's where we get all the information right as it happens. We always send out newsletters with the latest updates, and you will definitely, I can guarantee, be kept up to date on everything going on in Disney World if you get our newsletter. You can sign up for it in the link in the description. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog. I hope you guys have a great great weekend, and we'll see you real soon.